And we're back. After a bit of delay, tech issues comes up. It's no big deal. But grand finals, no Flounder the Function 2. Are you ready? Yeah, that's it. What's the upset? Uh-huh. And now we're here in grand finals. Wake Point versus 7.8 out of 10, too much ink. Kicking things off in grand finals. Chip Shake Cargo Company Splat Zone. So we're seeing exactly what's going to be happening here. Both of these two teams have, as you've been seeing, we streamed every single game today. Been playing all day. We know exactly what's going to be bringing on the table. 7.8 bringing out a Dynamo Roller, and a team revolving around that weapon con. Of course, Wake Point working a lot with the Tri-Strainer on their end. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how that plans out on this stage and this mode specifically. Hold on, give me a favor.
Oh.
I was looking at the light and I didn't see your light going on. I was like, wait a minute. Let me check. It's fine. Happens.
Okay.
We're here now. First game of grand final. 7.8 out of 10 versus too much heat against Wake. And of course, nothing table for what we've seen so far throughout the game.
Yeah, see here in the opening here, as you see a good overhead of the map here. You see Psycho trying to do some gaining cooler coming out. And you see immediately, very quickly, Dynamo does go down. 3 go down on the side of WAK Point. This is going to be 7.8 times to come back in and get some points on the board. Yeah, coming back in, getting points on the board. They may have lost the lead. They're quickly about to get back here. 3 members still up for these. Remember, it's 10.8 back, 10.8 and 10, so trying to come back in here. Not having many specials. The cooler online coming from out, the board goes down, and the cycle coming in, taking them. See some aura on the side of X-Men over there, trying to do anything and wedge camping with a Booyah Bomb to stall out 10.8 out of 10, trying to put that goal.
But what a devastating flip there.
Coming back in, almost 3 points away from taking the loss here. 3 members do go down, but that does give them a massive amount of time. 7 points as a penalty on the side of WK 8 Point. They have a lot of penalties that they have to do through in order to come back here and see the Booyah Bomb coming out, stall out. So many members going down to the Dynamo over here. Being taken out by the ankle shooter.
Every episode, no one kicks that down. President of my guys. I'm just down. Has not a lot of time left. Acting fast. One gets down on either side. But it's still not enough. Hey, the best takes up on a rise of 5th guard. Wake takes a pretty dominant first game in his grand final set.
There was a lot going on in that game.
I mean, yeah, no, most of these two teams, I'm sure they're fight for this victory, fight for that. It's gonna be a very much tight race from beginning to end. But Wake Point does come out on top with its first game, and the interesting thing to note here is that up until this point, the majority of the matches we've been seeing is either 7.8 versus WoW or Wake Point versus WoW. This is only the second time these two teams have fought each other. So there's not a lot of knowledge going between these two teams going into grand finals. Of course, if Wake Point does lose here, there's going to be a bracket reset and they will be playing each other again because 7.8 will be coming in from the loser side of things here. But we'll see how all of that actually pans out as we go forward into this game. But at the very least, once again, we are in the later series of brackets, so we are going to be seeing what 7.8 wants to counterpick Wake Point.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot from 7.8 out of 10 counterpicking usually the tower as their main counterpick. We saw I believe a counterpick to both Inkblot Tower, or no, that was a different team. Inkblot Undertow Tower. That's the one.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested in seeing if we see that Undertow Tower come back out again. Especially with how much it does kind of help the Dynamo here, but I believe they have been shifting to a lot more of a complete aggressive comp as of late.
Yeah. Well, so at the very least, I do know we're going to Barnacle and Dime, but I want to take a shot. Say that if it's Barnacle and Dime, it's either Clamblitz or Splatsound. I think there's only two Barnacle and Dime maps in the LCS map list, so.
There should be. There's only 2 Barnacle and Dime maps we ever play.
So the actual mode here we'll see in just a second, but at the very least, as things go on. I'll check that later. But I do know Zone's Barnacle is where we're going to be going here in just a moment. Actually, if that's not something, I do need to check that real quick. So, Jokero, you'll be alone for just a single second.
All right. Well, hello everyone. So going back into Zone's Barnacle is a very interesting map. I have a notable hatred for this map. It definitely is a map in the game that you can play, but it puts a lot of emphasis, especially towards the blocks just ahead of zone, as well as around the flanks. I don't ever feel like the zone is ever really as important on this map to maintain as much as the areas surrounding it are. Being able to take that block, have that large amount of pressure, being able to force people to have to drop if they want to come back in and take that zone. So as we get into the game here, as we eventually get into the game here, probably describe what's going on from the screen here. Okay. All right. So never mind. Actually, we're going to be remaking the lobby here to try to actually be able to, watch the Zone's Barnacle game. There are some technical issues that are going on right now, but we are getting them resolved as fast as we can.
Yeah. Quick rundown of what happened. Cheats had a bit of a bug. Easy fix. Don't worry about that. Now it's unfortunate, probably as that wasn't updating just a moment ago. Specam got actually put on the wrong team, but that got fixed with the reset. But now on to the actual second match of this game. We are going to Barnacle Time, and I was not paying attention at all to anything for saying beforehand because I was trying to fix.
All I was talking about was how it's important to control like the areas surrounding the zones. Not really as important to have like the main mid part.
Yeah.
And my notable hatred of this map.
That's crazy. But okay. All right. So, heading into game number 2, folks. 7.8 out of 10. Game out against Wake Point here. exactly how the second game would go. Wakepoint had a pretty tough point on their first game here. It will not try and see if we see the same thing happen here in the second game, and both teams make a breakout for mid. Trying to figure out what will get the first big move against the left.
Yeah, and you see, I believe it's just a trade coming out from the side, taking one down and another out. A 10.8 out of 10 gets some very early points. Not really having lost too much ground. Wheel coming out, still not able to really give too much ground here. Psycho does get a double here as with the 8 point starts to take some ground here, getting a Flounder outside out to be able to take space here. Roy trying to take space.
Everything. Oh my god, I had to choke up my spit there for a second trying to figure out exactly everything that's going on. But the still is coming on top. Maybe able to close the gap to try and get the lead here, but no, that's the game. I lost it. And Dr. wins the lead up off a lot of points. Not enough to get, but 2 points remaining for lead in top. Wakepoint does contest the zone. So it does come out on top in terms of players once again.
Yeah, notably they did stop 10.8 with just two couple points before they were able to take them. A little unfortunate, but as we see this WK8 point trying to take larger lead here, having some special damage, one down, Amp coming out and trying to push that unable to find any trouble from them. Pitch again, Psycho try looking to find a third, not able to find it, have it back out. Santro coming in, but not able to find anyone, unfortunately. And so we can close out the game.
On either side, it is just a figure, and leave wings on the Ignis, forcing that out, that there is not enough space pressure for Wakepoint to be able to hold themselves, like jump in, it's not enough at 7.8, loses the second game. Now, Wakepoint's at match point for grand finals here. They are one game away from taking it home here.
Yeah, it is almost the end of the tournament. It's currently match point. WK8 point has, I believe, not dropped a single game this run. If I remember correctly.
I mean, you are cheating, so, or you've been running the certain sheet, so you would know better than I would, so I'm going to have to trust you on that.
If I'm wrong on that, that's my bad. That's my bad.
But, no, not dropping a game here is kind of not dropping a game any tournament is really good, you know. So Wakepoint feeling really good about themselves in this set, and Soundway. The big question here is what can you do at this point? You tried something in your favor, you know, this last stage, this last month was in your pick, right? But you still lost out to it, and so now it's just, well, what do you do?
You switch it up completely. You go Manta Rainmaker. You do anything. I'll be honest, I never.
Yeah, so that's
it is. I don't ask me. I didn't make the map list.
Okay, the map list. I was there for that conversation, and I'm still mad about this. And I hope that all of this audio is coming in loud and clear, because I'm still pissed off that Flounder Heights was cut from the LCS map list. I wanted that in there so bad, and it almost got in there, but it got caught out, and it got cut immediately once it got discovered. So we got Manta Maria in there, but we don't want Flounder Heights. Make it make sense.
Listen, I think it'd be cool if all of the different qualifiers had one map as a unique map that you could counterpick to.
Yeah.
That way you can still get Rainmaker Undertow. Okay, so we do. In fact, dude, yeah. Undertow is in fact a pretty good. We have seen a lot of success from 7.8 out of 10 on this map in the past. Being able to take out WoW in losers finals.
Yeah.
Throughout this map.
Yeah.
So we're going to see very similar comps coming out from both teams here. Yeah, very similar comps coming up from both teams here. Get into this final game.
Potentially final game. That gets great out for the racing. I get that first confidence. Go happening that happening for the good. This is like it's as the really well now optimism to stay alive. They're not walk out there. And the Rainmaker is picking, but it's just gas at here on the left hand side as Rainmaker is not opposite. Sort of gone away with at the beginning, but obviously the Rainmaker is
Yeah, and they did get 1 point, but they're trying to take out some of the members. Almost, I was a little confused. I almost thought they were about to go for right step. And I'm not sure why they looked like Waypoint coming out here, getting some takes down. Psycho getting some flanking and hitting the walls to try and live for as long as they can, causing as much chaos behind the line. Just being able to create some room, create some space for them to up, three members down, Roy being the last one up, Dynamo being up, being the last one up, and you see Waypoint coming out and
on the keep and behind enemy line. And a wipeout on top. 7-8 does not have a lot of room to retreat as already been my major game. The ignorant and incoming from Spain 7-8. Right face gets a wipeout on top. Right face get popped. It's that's trying to get the dunk in here now. The old step popped up. Trying to stop the pushing, but it is go down to play off. That's and control of the Rainmaker. Looking to find the perfect win this game there. 1 by 1. 7-8 falls as they're holding on as best they can.
They are trying to hold on. They are not. They are defending this Rainmaker to be able to push forward, taking 2 members down. Many of the members actually being weak on the side of Waypoint. They are not able to find that dunk, unfortunately. They had the back up way too much. Again, many members going down, 3 members going down. Rainmaker resets! Meaning that Waypoint will have to make it all the way back to the checkpoint, straight to the pedestal.
Yeah, but I take it out 6 remaining, and they're very good ultimate on this side to solidify a solid lead. That's the hard thing to do on this map in particular here. But Gasman going on the right and trying to get the rating as far away as possible as they can. Kind of exactly what they saw our time. Now, with a almost 7.5 different means that they have played the song but Troy does not want to stall it out. Pick after pick after pick. The only thing that stopped them was the fact that they ran out of ink here. And the Rainmaker is caught for a little bit of ink, getting ready for the ink player trying to dunk it up.
Yeah, as you see, Sam coming out, actually getting the lead from 7.8 out of 10, coming back from very, very scary lead there. 1 member still there, causing some chaos there. You see the Reslider coming in, picking it up again, getting down to 10 points. Wait, we really have to make a push back all the way across, letting the Rainmaker reset as they start to take some space here. Looking to try and find some space here. Like, they probably can do it, but it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, no, that's one thing to remain. Template rating is 7.8. You have to be in a position to get a knockout here. It's going to be hard to wait for you, knowing what's on the line. 7.8 is putting everything they can, knowing that the winning position is to get that 9.2 lead, get a knockout. They had to play the slow game. They had to play the solid game. Maybe they don't understand. They're not increasing the punch game. They need the first player on the incomplete. They're going to hold the line as best they can. But 1 by 1, 7.8 is through the players after player after player here. Now Waiting has the first opportunity to try and get its points down. 9 points remaining, but it's still going to be a slow push here. 7.8 not want to let go anything at all here. 15 seconds remaining. Backward punch to the right hand side. Reset comes in against X-Man, but does not find its mark here. As Blue OT potentially overtime with 3 players are down. 7.8 unfortunately might lose the game here as Waypoint's going to walk up. Gets number 2.
That is right. Wait, point. Are your
Oh man.
that is Wings with 25% of the LCS qualifier wins.
Yes, that is 25% of the qualifier wins here, and I gotta say that last game really came down to a wire, literally being won by just 1 point. I did not think we'd see a game like that, but oh, man.
Listen, all right. 7.8 out of 10. You may have lost, but you gave Waypoint a real run for their money in that last game there.
No. Honestly, seeing how that ended up now, it kind of makes sense as to how 7.8 was able to upset WoW to get to this point, you know? And I gotta give props to 7.8 for performing and doing what they did today. But Waypoints, big congratulations to them for their victory. But due to some previous conversations happening, not only is Wings not able to play for Wakepoint for the LCS qualifier next weekend, because they're already playing on a different team. Apparently, two of the players on Wakepoint aren't going to be around for the LCS qualifier at all next week. So, Wakepoint, even though they won today, aren't eligible to playing because they don't have enough players to actually play. So, this will come down to whether or not 7.8 out of 10 Too Much Ink wants to accept the invitation or not, which will be a natural conversation where it has to making one stream wraps, because it's completely up to them if they want to or not. But at the very least, in terms of just us as Don't Flounder the function, second win goes to a Wakepoint with a clean 3-0 over 7.8 out of 10 Too Much Ink.
Yep, that is about wrapped up for Don't Flounder at the Function 2.
Yeah.
definitely a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Tournament. I wonder why.
Yeah, it's busy times. It's an unfortunate thing to happen here, but no, it's we do what we can with who we have, and even though there's only 3 teams, we're still willing to show up and put on the show we did, get all the graphics done, get all the everything set up and ready for this event. So it may not have been any Sunset Surge or H-Town or Big Dapple in terms of numbers, but the big important thing here is that we have this community here who wants to play the game and we are willing to work for it to put on that show. But any closing remarks, Jokera, as we do wrap things up here?
I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you, especially to all the staff and volunteers that are out here today.
Yes.
Like this just genuinely would not happen, and it's like just such an enjoyable time to be able to hang out, be able to meet people, play Splatoon in person. It's just such a great time. And
Oh, sure. Who has the Toyota grill?
Huh?
Someone has the Toyota grill. Have you not seen it?
No, I've not seen it. No.
Where is the? Come here. Yeah, this is what one of our players brought as a thing to sign, by the way, which is actually insane. Speak to me in my ears so I can, because this mic is very like low in terms of picking up.
All right, this thing is a broken 2014
Uh-huh.
Toyota Corolla
Uh-huh.
grill. Broke on the way to work.
Okay.
Something fell from the truck a few lanes away.
Okay, so from what I was told just now, this is from a 2014 Toyota that was broken off by the Corolla, that was broken off from the vehicle that was driving because something fell off a trunk in front of them. And bringing this to science is genuinely crazy. But hey, that's Don't Flounder the Function, baby. Cary, North Carolina. It's where we're at and where our home is. But that being said, I do think we're going to be wrapping things up here. So we are your 2 lovely TLs here hosting this tonight. Of course, JJ is here also running the show behind the scenes. I don't think they want to be on camera, by the way.
Okay.
But I tried to wrangle them for the commentary, but they didn't want to, and that's completely fine. But I'm not going to hold things up. Sam, I know you're watching this, so go ahead and get that raid ready for Sunset Surge. But yeah, Sunset Surge is happening right now, actually, over in Arizona. So go ahead, say hi to Pepe, Fufu, Shiny, all the folks over there in Arizona as we do wave this stream goodbye. And it's been a real pleasure. Been a real honor, and we'll see you guys soon. Later this year, probably.
Definitely.
What's that?